fielding's mostly been solid, but it hasn't been spectacular sometimes.
No, it hasn't.
A few very pensive Aussie fans in the crowd now, though.
Richardson in back of a length, and Sofraz just nudges this into the leg side. Finch himself fields the only man saving one in front of square at mid-wicket. The throw comes pinging in, but the single was always taken. So after this, Richardson's got 2 left, Stark's got 2 left, Coulter-Nile's got 1 left, and they still need to find an over from someone. They need to find another over from Maxwell or Finch. When do they bowl it?
Pakistan just need 40-something, don't they? Mike Mihal Wood says, I've been listening from the start, but this Wahab Riaz smackathon has forced me to fire out the stream up. Cue collapse within 3 overs.
This is full outside off stump, and Wahab guides this out to Pat Cummins on the deep point boundary. They come through for a single, 5 runs off the first 4 balls of the over, 46 off 38. A couple of boundaries swing this more towards Pakistan. Let's have a look at the field. We've got backward point. We've got a man back on the point boundary. We've got an extra cover mid-off. Long on, mid-wicket, deep square leg, long leg. Pretty split field. Kane Richardson starting his run over the wicket, up to the crease and bowls. Sofraz walks across outside his off stump and is done by a short ball, which is onto him too quickly, despite the fact it was only 82 miles an hour. Mistimes it on the bounce to Aaron Finch. There is no run. First dot ball in a little while.
I think you were more right the second time there, Knuckle. I think he mistimed a slightly slower one. It was onto him, but it just seemed to sort of tennis ball bounce its way up to him, and he just mistimed the hook.
Yeah, very just decelerated into the shot almost. He lost all kind of power and timing.
And it ended up just bobbling away to mid-wicket.
He again backs away outside off stump, or rather walks outside off stump and goes deep in his crease and guides this time down to Mitchell Stark. It was much wider. They take the single. What is that? 6 runs off the 44th over. Pakistan need 45.
Do they bowl their top bowlers out and gamble on giving Finch or Maxwell the last over if they don't get everyone out?
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I think you can maybe sneak one in now from Finch or Maxwell.
Yeah.
While the rate is still high-ish.
If you don't want Pakistan, though, going into the last over needing 5 to win with these 2 well set.
No, although Glenn Maxwell, infamously back in 2014, did take a double wicket maiden against Pakistan to win an ODI, defending 3.
Yes, but that's the exception rather than the rule, though. I grant you it did happen.
It is going to be Mitchell Stark to continue. He's bowling his penultimate over, and Sofraz, has he managed to get this away for 4? No, he hasn't. Guides it away over where the slips would have been, down to third man, just the single. Good bit of bowling by Stark, actually, who followed. Sofraz as he backed away outside leg, but
was that definitely out?
No. Nobody seems particularly bothered out there. Only Alex Carey went for the review. It's not a no ball, I can tell you that much. It's Ian Gunnar Gould who'll have to make this decision. Stark went round the wicket, quite wide on the crease, bowled back of a length, and Wahab, it's very hard to tell whether he's nicked that or not from that angle. If it is, it might actually be off the face of the bat. Alex Carey appealed immediately. Stark didn't really.
I thought it was glove if it was anything.
I don't think it's anywhere near the glove.
Oh, no, it's not. You're right.
No, it's way down on the glove, or on the bat, rather. If it has hit anything, it's grazed the face of the bat. There is a little nick. There is a little nick. It's hit just below the sticker, and eventually Aaron Finch and Alex Carey and Mitchell Stark made the right decision, and Wahab Riaz is very entertaining. Rearguard is over. Mitchell Stark has his first wicket of the game. Pakistan lose their 8th.
So get on your bike and take a hike right out of here.
thinnest conceivable nick from Mitchell Starc. Wahab in no position to play that, done by that sharp bounce from back of her length and a tiny bit of movement.
The game probably Australia's now, you would think.
You would. I think that's a pretty important wicket for them there. Exposing who are we going to see next? Mohamed Amir.
Mohamed Amir, who is no mug with the bat, but lacks the power of Rahab Riaz. 45 off 39 balls from Rahab Riaz. 2 4s and 3 6s. A very entertaining and worthwhile innings, but onus now on Sarfraz and on this man coming out at number 10 for Pakistan.
If I can find him.
He is in there. And there we go. Very pleasant to watch through the offside, Mohamed Amir. If you pitch it up in his half, he can drive you through the covers very pleasantly, but does he have what is required to burgle this win for Pakistan?
Rob Wolf-Peterson says, I sincerely hope the Pakistan fans are chanting, his name is Riaz, and he whacks it in the stands. If not, they're missing a trick.
So I want to mock that up as a jingle for us. That'll be very nice. A little bit of Duran Duran.
Oh, Duran, his name is Riaz.
No,
I was thinking of Barry Manilow.
No, his name is Riaz.
And he whacks it in the stands.
Back over the wicket is Mitchell Starc. It was a horrible delivery, a short ball, which goes way down the leg side, and Alex Carey takes grim-facedly behind the stumps. It is a wide.
Rio.
It's fairly obvious he was going to go in at the body of Mohamed Amir and not put too much in his half, but that was ill-directed.
Abhishek Chopra says Sarfraz bats like a discount me and dad these days.
Yeah, it's all heart and no technique. Starc in to Mohamed Amir, who is staying the leg side of the ball and is beaten by a beauty, which is back of a length and zips past the outside edge of Mohamed Amir through to the keeper. There is no run, just the 2 runs and the wicket off this over so far.
Mitch Hayden Hefele says Agura Cricket, third best beard in world cricket. Aaron Finch bowling is like being watching the under 9s play and the chubby kid bowls because his dad's the coach. Oh, I'm with you. Yes.
Well, they didn't have a 5th bowler. They had to make it up with Maxwell and Finch. They might still have to if Pakistan can take this game deep, but it's a big if at this stage. The field has come up a little bit on the offside. Starc in, bowls a full toss, which edges onto his middle stump. Mitchell Starc has 2 wickets in the over and has, we think, sealed this game for Australia.
Well, they.
It's a little bit lucky. It's exactly
where inside edge.
It's exactly where Amir wanted it, it was a very obvious inside edge onto middle stump. It's as though he picked it up late, Mohamed Amir. It's exactly where he wanted it, though. A full toss just on off stump for him to drive away through the covers, but seemed late on it. Seemed done by the pace. Perhaps the ball isn't so easy to pick up. Mohamed Amir gone for a second ball duck. Pakistan 265 for 9.
Yeah, not good. Ed Benson has pointed out, as a well-known snooker commentator, Tony. You're absolutely right. Whispering Ed Benson, whispering Ted Lowe, the late great whispering Ted Lowe. Abhishek says, for your kind information, Gerard Kimber, he's retweeting actually Gerard Kimber, who'd said, just a reminder, Aaron Finch once bowled the last over of a Renegades match after using all his frontliners. He was hit for the match, losing 6 on the last ball. Messages on Tour says, as the grandparent of under 9, this is highly offensive. In fact, every player gets the same number of overs, irrespective of talent or nepotism. Quite
That's
right,
actually true. Everyone has to bowl in at that level of cricket.
Messages also said, not sure the image I picked actually matched your inspiration, which I think is the crack of the bear. Swing it both ways says, Pakistan going to win this question mark? Blimey. No, we don't think they are now.
Yeah, that summation has been overtaken by events. Shaheen Shah Afridi, the Pakistan number 11, facing up to Mitchell Starc, who was almost through him with a very full delivery, which Shaheen barely picks up at the very last nanosecond. Jabs down at it, thick inside edge, which squirts away into the leg side. There is no run because square legs up in the circle.
So it's time for Shaheen Afridi. No, not that other guy, Shaheen. It's always time for Shaheen Afridi. Shaheen Afridi, Shaheen Afridi.
Last ball of Mitchell Stark's ninth over coming up. Surfraz looks on, inscrutable. Shaheen facing up, the tall left-hander. It's an attempted Yorker from Mitchell Stark, but ends up as a full toss. Shaheen works this away off his legs. They do come through for the single. You can't afford to turn down any runs at this stage. That was a 92-mile-an-hour delivery from Mitchell Stark. If he got that a little bit straighter, that could have been curtains for Shaheen, but he nudges it out into the leg side. He keeps the strike after 45 overs. Pakistan are 266 for 9, need 42.
Jay Grover, sorry, Arthur Shea, after you.
I was just going to say Shaheen needed to show a hitherto unexpected batting prowess here.
He would, indeed he would. Jay Grover had said, didn't Amir bat at number 8 once upon a time? He may have done.
He's quite decent looking with the bat. He can play very pleasantly through the offside, but was just late on a very full delivery.
Abhishek suggesting it's time for commentary roulette. What do you think? Should we leave it for a couple of overs and see?
I think if it goes late, if it goes late, we'll give that a go perhaps. But it could be over any minute.
Short third man says hindsight is 20/20, but I told you so.
Kane Richardson in round the wicket to Shaheen Shah Afridi, who blocks this back to said Kane Richardson, keeping going with the two seamers that have the most overs left, blocked by Shaheen. Back to the bowler, there is no run.
He finished that with, there's no need for Finch to worry about those 2 overs from part-timers. He needed to trust Stark to do what he is so good at. Well, he has certainly has been in this spell.
Yes, he had 2 options. He could either have brought on himself or Maxwell then, or gone for the kill, and he went with the latter and was rewarded, and Kane Richardson beats Shaheen, who gropes forward at it outside off stump. A faintly pleasant looking shot, but nowhere near the ball. Through to the keeper, there is no run.
A whole host of people on Crick Tracker are with us. I'll just name check a few. I will do when my phone stopped ringing, which I think was the bear from wherever he's hiding, whichever cave he's in.
Richardson in, round the wicket, a short ball which Shaheen was trying to run down to third man, but somehow managed to be very early on it. Raheem Richardson is not particularly quick at 81 miles an hour, and it just dribbles up to mid-off. There is no run. David Warner is very surprised that ball went where it went. 3 dot balls in a row. Something's got to give.
Thakur Sonu, Kashif Solangi, Gurinder Singh, Malik Hamad Al-Akhwan, Mahmer Jawed, Jitu Balkaha, MD Wakimul.
Thank you all.
Welcome to all of you.
Thank you all for your continued support. That's a nice looking shot by Shaheen Afridi, but has Glenn Maxwell just run out Surfraz and sealed the game? It was punched hard into the ground by Shaheen. Maxwell sprang up at cover, threw down the stumps at the non-striker's end, and Surfraz hasn't even bothered waiting around for the third umpire. It's been sealed with a run out of the Pakistan Clapton. Australia win by 41 runs.
There must be a run out here. Oh, how tragic. How tragic, how tragic, how tragic.
I said something had to give after 3 dot balls. Surfraz desperate to get back on strike. Shaheen sent him back because there was no chance of beating the arm of Glenn Maxwell. That is a fool's errand. Maxwell with 1 stump to aim at hit said stump. Surfraz was gone by a distance, and Australia, despite collapsing horribly at the end of their innings, despite having only 4 bowlers of any kind of frontline prowess, despite containing a hell of a lot of runs to the tail, have beaten Pakistan and recorded their 2nd win of the tournament. Maxwell wasn't particularly far away from the stumps, and for him, that is easy. Australia win by 41 runs.
Jeff Perkins has said all Russian roulette if the match ends a little early, in reply to that suggestion of commentary roulette. Abhishek says narrator abandoned due to M. Arthur not selecting Wahab in the Wahab team. That's in response to Melinda Farrell, who of course, of multiple outlets fame, said I'd be happy if Australia was added to the